spoke a word, you were singing over me. You have been so, so good to me. Before I took a breath, you breathed your life in me. Oh, you have been so, so kind to me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, and I don't deserve it. Still, you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God.
The book of Lamentations. Ooh, do you know where that's at? Is that Old Testament or New Testament? Who said, hey, raise your hand if you think it's in the Old Testament. Raise your hand if you think it's in the New Testament. Lamentations. It's in the Old Testament. What? Hey, there's going to come a time for 4 to 6 weeks, we're going to have what we're going to call we got to have some kind of schooling on just books. If I told your daddy that, he'd be so ashamed of you. It's Lamentations. Lamentations. It's right after Jeremiah. 3. Lamentations, chapter 3, verse number 40. Are you there? Are you ready? You good? If you're good, say, let's go. All right, here we go. One verse number 40. It says, let us test and examine our ways and return to the Lord. Father, I come to you tonight. I say thank you for the opportunity that I get to minister your word. God, I thank you for what you're going to do. God, I pray that you would open our eyes, open our hearts. Lord, let us see in the spiritual realm tonight and everything that you're wanting to do. And all have chosen said, amen. All right, let's do this. So tonight, I want to minister on a subject titled, It's All in the Mirror. It's all in the mirror. Over the past little bit, I'd say month and a half, somewhere like that, I've really had to look in the mirror. I've really had to examine myself, the inventory of my heart, the inventory of my life. And as I examined it, I wasn't necessarily pleased with what was in it. Has anybody ever not been pleased with what you've allowed into your life or where you are in life or anything like that? Has anybody ever done that? Come on, y'all be real with me tonight. Rachel, I know you ain't always been happy with where you're at while you sip on that anointed Chick-fil-A sweet tea. But for real, when you take an inventory of your life, you're not always going to like what's there. But I want to look at how we should examine ourselves because, listen, it is crucial that we take a personal inventory of our lives. The person that does not take personal inventory of their lives, they unravel so quickly and they have an ugly outlook on life. Do you realize the outlook you have on life affects other people's outlook on life? Listen, if Blake had an ugly outlook on life, it's going to affect Russell. It's going to affect Caleb. It's going to affect Michael McDonald. It's going to affect my wife. And ultimately, as Canaan gets older, it's going to affect him. My outlook on life is pretty much based on the inventory that I take of my life. Because see, if I don't take inventory of my life and I allow things to get inside of me that shouldn't be there, I always look at things with the wrong perspective. And then everyone who's connected to me, it rubs off on. Because listen, when you have an ugly outlook on life, it's because your life has become cluttered. You've become distracted. Your life has become about you. You're selfish. Your life has become a dump site filled with trash. Your life has become reckless. You live any which way you want to do it. Your life has become filled with bad influences, whether it's ideas, whether it's people, whether you're trying to stay up with the worldly culture and do what they think you should do to be cool and be accepted. Your life has become unattended to for so long that it is hard to examine your life because there is so much junk in it that it is overwhelming to start cleaning up. It can become so bad that you become comfortable in your dysfunction that you've created in your life. Because you haven't cleaned your life up in so long that you would rather stay in the filth of your life rather than clean it up and live for Jesus. Because listen, when you allow your life to go so far, when you allow your life to become so cluttered, when you allow your life to become so dysfunctional, you can become comfortable in that dysfunction because mentally, if I go so far down the wrong road, I don't want to clean it up because mentally I know what it's going to take to clean it. It's going to take too much time. It's going to take too much sacrifice. I'm going to have to cut some things here. I'm going to have to cut some people here. I'm going to have to cut some websites here. I'm going to have to cut some folks that I follow on Instagram and Facebook here. I'm going to have to take inventory of my life, and it's going to take something personally from me to get to that place, to clean my life. Because how many of you know that your life is on you? I'm not responsible for what Russell does in his life. He's not responsible for what I do in my life. Now, we hold each other accountable and we try to push each other the best we can, but at the end of the day, he's going to do what he wants to do and I'm going to do what I want to do. And at the end of the day, you're going to do what you want to do no matter what. You have to understand that personal inventory of your life is so important, that you can get to the place of where you just say, you know what, I'm good. I'm okay. I don't need to take this inventory of my life because what's it worth anyway? Everything in this life is up to you. Everything. It's up to you. Every choice you make is on you. Where you end up in life is up to you. You cannot blame anyone else for your life but you. When we take time, listen, where you end up, when you're 30, 35, 40, 45 years old, where you end up, it's because of your choices. You know, you're in school now, and you think life is a game, you think life is a joke, you think you got all kinds of time, and this, that, and the other, but can I tell you, not too long ago. Matter of fact, it was a couple days ago. Wasn't it Monday, Nicole, that wreck happened? A 17-year-old girl was killed. 17 years old. I don't know the situation. I don't know what was taking place. I don't know what was happening. But if you don't take inventory of your life and examine your life, when the day comes for you to meet Jesus, are you going to be in a place where you're going to spend eternity with Him or not? Because if I don't take inventory of my life, all of a sudden nothing matters. Anything and everything can come in and distract me. Anything and everything can come in and wreck my life. And my life can be taken just like that. Life is fragile, y'all. When we take time, listen to this, please, if you don't get anything else, get these next 2 points that I'm going to tell you. When we take time to clean up our lives, it's a sign to God that we care about the life He gave us. It's a sign to show Him, God, I care about the life, the breath that you have given me. But on the other hand, when we don't take time to clean up our lives, it's a sign to God that we don't think the life He gave us is significant, that I'm not worth anything. Listen, if God took time to make you, you're worth something. What kind of sign are you sending to God with how you live your life? Do you care about your life enough to clean it up? Listen, a life that God Himself took to make is a life worth cleaning up and living to the fullest ability that you can. Any life that God made, if you're here on this earth, you have a plan and you have a purpose. The life that God gave each one of us is significant. Get this, and see, how you treat your body, how you treat your life, and how you treat your very existence is a sign of how much you value your life and your purpose that God gave you. I want everybody, I want adults and everybody. Rusty, I just want you to come up here and play softly. I want every adult in here, every single person in here, I want you to grab one of those mirrors that's under these chairs. And everybody I want y'all to everybody just come up here close. Come up here close. Everybody sit in the front 2 rows, first 3 rows. Let's just fill up the front rows here. And I want you to look. Everybody, look. Look in the mirror. I just want you to look in the mirror. That's all I want you to do right now. Nothing else. Just look in the mirror. What do you see? What is the purpose of a mirror? It's to show blemishes. It's to show flaws and avenues of how to make yourself better. I watch my wife every single day put on makeup. And she doesn't just do it nonchalantly. She don't just guess at it and hope it works. She looks in the mirror. Because see, when she looks in that mirror, she can see the areas of her face that she missed. And see, when we take time to look into the spiritual mirror, and who is the spiritual mirror? Jesus. That's who we have to measure our life by. And see, when we look into that mirror, all of a sudden now we see areas that we could do better in. We see areas that we could improve. We see areas that are lacking. We see areas that we may not be happy with. The purpose of a mirror is to show a reflection. And my question is when you look into the spiritual mirror, when you look at Jesus, are you happy with what you see when you look at yourself? Do you like the person in the mirror? Because at the end of the day, you got to live with that person as long as you're here. You can't leave you. Because if you don't like the person in the mirror, the good news is you can change that person in the mirror. But you have to start now. You can't continue to just live any way you want to and expect a good result. We measure our life by Jesus. We measure our life by the Bible. We measure our lives by His standards, not the world's. You got so many people who are looking into the world's mirror, the world's standard of how they should be, how they should look, and they're looking and they're doing things all wrong, and they're on their way to hell. We have to judge ourselves by God's standards. That's how we examine ourselves. Look, I can look in the mirror and I can see all kinds of tangible things that is wrong with me. But if I only fix the tangible things, I'm still filthy. I'm still wrong. And the fact of the matter is, I can't fix me. The only way I fix me is I give God control to fix me. And as I give control over to Him, all of a sudden now He reveals things to me that I need to straighten up. Because I'm looking at who I'm trying to measure up to. Now, all of a sudden, I see the blemishes. I see where the attitude of Blake could be better. I see where I could be a better husband. I see where I could be a better father. I see where I could be a better friend. I see where I could be a better youth pastor. I see every single thing in my life that I could do better. And see, the thing is Blake will never be satisfied with where he is. When God takes him to another level, okay, now it's time to go to another level. It's time to continue to keep growing more and more. And the only way I can do that, I have to take a self-evaluation of where I am in life and where I am spiritually in order to grow more. Everything in life, everybody look at your mirror. Everything in life is on that person in the mirror. Your future is up to the one in the mirror. Your work ethic is up to the one in the mirror. Your choices are up to the one in the mirror. Your decisions to follow Jesus is up to the one in the mirror. You want to make a better life for you and your family, it's up to the one in the mirror. The impact that your life has while you're here on this earth is up to the one in the mirror. The level that you go to in God is the one in the mirror. It's up to the one in the mirror. Where you spend eternity is up to the one in the mirror. Listen, y'all, it's time that we look in the mirror. It's time that we remove what God don't want. It's time that we examine ourselves. It's time that we go a little bit further. It's time that we take a self-evaluation. So I want everybody come up here. Keep your mirrors with you. My question, the only question I got, is where do you want to be? Where do you want your life to go? Simple, right? Because can I tell you, when Blake was in a jail cell, the one that was in the mirror was the one who caused him to be there. It wasn't nobody else. Nobody else. Nobody made Blake be an alcoholic. No one made Blake be a drug addict. No one made Blake do the things he did. It's on Blake. It's on Blake. And you may look in the mirror and say, man, I like where I'm at. Okay, good. I'm happy for you. But if you're honest, you don't like where you're at. And if you're honest, you got some areas that you can clean up. If you're honest, you don't always do things right. When you're honest, you want to go a little bit further. If you're honest, you can start treating your mama and your daddy a little bit better. If you're honest, you can start being a little bit more productive in your schoolwork. If you're honest, you can start taking an initiative to be the better person in situations when the other person don't want to give in, when the other person don't want to do what's right. Listen, Blake has taken a personal inventory of himself. And Blake hasn't liked what he has become in certain areas of his life. If I'm real with you, if I'm honest with you, isn't that why we're here, to be honest? I mean, who wants to be better? I want to be better. I don't want to always stay stuck in dysfunction. I don't always want to stay stuck in certain areas of my life. I don't want to stay like that. I don't. And you shouldn't either. So tonight I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to think about the one place. And there may be many, but I want you to just close your eyes. And I want you to take a self-inventory of yourself. How much is your life worth that God Himself has given you? It may not be worth anything, and it may be worth everything to you. And see, how you live your life, how you come in here and how you worship, how you thank God, how you get involved, how you pursue God, that's a picture of how valuable your life is to you. Because listen, if we were able to ask Jesus face to face right now, He would tell you that you're priceless. He would tell you that you're worth so much to Him because He created you for a specific purpose in this life. Everyone in here, you have your own assignment. You have your own God-given talent. You have your own God-given mission. Act like it matters to you. Come on, everybody, lift those hands. Lift those hands. Father, I thank you tonight. God, I ask and I pray that you would just be with us. Lord, I pray that you would always, always convict us to look in the mirror, to judge ourselves by your standards, by who you are, by what your word says. Not what anybody else says, not what the best new fashion is, not what the best new artist is, not who the coolest actor is, not who the best Instagram is, not who the best Facebook is. God, let's throw all that out of the window. God, we want to judge ourselves by your standards. We want to judge ourselves by who you made us to be. So tonight, God, I give you praise, I give you glory. Lord, and I ask and I pray that you would keep us safe. Lord, and as we worship you just for just a few more moments, God, I pray that as we lift our hands, you would reveal to us areas of our lives that we need to fix, areas of our lives we need to get right, areas of our lives that we just need to be better. If we're honest, we just need to be better. God, and I thank you for it tonight. I give you glory, I give you honor, and I give you praise. Now, Chosen, lift those hands. Chloe's going to sing this chorus one time, and then we're going to be dismissed. I want y'all to help her sing it tonight. Come on, lift those hands tonight.
You did not owe, so that I could know you. How can it be? You chose someone like me to declare your praise for the glory of your name.
Chosen, always live life with the thought in the back of your head. He paid a debt that he did not owe for me, just so I could know him more, so that I could have an opportunity to live out his will for me. The ultimate goal of Jesus is for us to make it to heaven. It's the ultimate goal. And how you live your life and how you self-reflect on your life will ultimately decide where you spend eternity. Give God a hand clap of praise tonight, y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. We will see y'all next week. And I love y'all. Man, hey, and when I say I love y'all, we love y'all. Nicole and myself, we love y'all. We're here for y'all. We appreciate y'all. I hope and pray. Listen, hey, homeschoolers, listen to your teachers. Make sure you listen to your teachers. Amen. Now, regular students, listen to your teachers. Amen. Chosen, I love you. I appreciate you, and we'll see you next week. God bless you.